Hello, my name is Bianca, and this is my COVID-19 story. It all started in March. I was still working at my former job. I've been working for this company for a total of 3 years and a half, but when COVID-19 happened, as a production company, most of our work required producing photo shoots or video shoots and being outside in the field, like actually working with talent and other people. So obviously with the new rules to stay at home and take prevention against COVID-19, producing was not something that we were able to continue doing. My role at this point was producer. That same Saturday, after the first week working from home, my boss called me. The purpose of the call was to let me go. So when my roommate got laid off, she basically told me the same thing happened in her company, like every other company in New York, and she did not really feel safe or comfortable paying the rent that we were paying here. So basically she gave me her 30-day notice, and that gave me 30 days to start planning what my future was gonna look like, because even though I had good savings and even though I had a good unemployment benefit, it just was not smart to stay in this apartment with 2 bedrooms and me having to pay for it on my own. I quickly started thinking, like, should I just move? Or should I maybe go to Dominican Republic? Because that's where I grew up and I actually have a home there where I wouldn't have to pay rent. Or to go into a furnished apartment and sell everything that was in this one. That way I get some money and also I will pay less in rent. Out of all those options, the one that I preferred was just renting a 1-bedroom for myself. I really liked a specific one in Sunnyside, Queens. I applied for it and I literally had to say, like, hey, I just lost my job due to coronavirus, but I'm getting unemployment and this is what I am making weekly. That same night they got back to me and they said yes. So I was like, great, so then let's go sign the lease, right? We go into the management office, me and my parents, to sign this 1-year lease, and then when I get there, there's literally no lease. And apparently the company decided to review my application again, and they decided that they were unsure whether or not I should have this apartment. So they basically like changed their mind last minute. So it was really heartbreaking because it really would have been the easiest route. So plan B was going to the Dominican Republic. You know, I bought my flight, and buying the flight gave me no problem. So I was like, I guess it's fine. I guess I can fly to the Dominican Republic. Great. So I bought it and I started my online store. And that was really fascinating to see how fast everything got sold. Because you would think that because of the pandemic, people are being hesitant to like go to other people's homes, and also that people wouldn't want to buy anything that is used. But to my surprise, that wasn't the case really. If anything, I feel like the coronavirus helped me sell all of my things really fast, because all of the stores are closed. 70 or 80% of the people that came to buy stuff from here were moving into a new place. So I was like, wow, times are crazy. Everyone's just moving. So in a sense, that made me feel less alone. And so I finished selling the rest of my things by the end of May. And here I am in my empty apartment and it feels great. It's moving day and I'm eating ice cream. Before moving here, I was subletting in various places, but this was like my first apartment that I was able to like make my own home, and having to like wrap everything up and sell everything that I had invested in was difficult. And I feel like in that one phone call, my whole life was just crumbled and like tossed. And life was just like, you're gonna let go of everything now. And you're gonna have to be okay with that. And you're gonna start over. And it's gonna be okay. You'll figure it out. I promise. When I started contacting my friends in the Dominican Republic, all of them were telling me they're gonna make you quarantine in a specific location. So I was like, okay, what can I do to stay in New York City, at least until the Dominican Republic lifts the isolation rule? Because I was able to find basically everything that I needed, which was a furnished place, since I had already sold my furniture, that was affordable. And also, it was a short lease, so I would be able to still go to VR. That was my only option at this point, because getting a brand new apartment didn't work, going to the Dominican Republic didn't work. This had to work. Even though I've gone through so much, since losing my job to having to leave the country in a few months, I've been able to be okay and like settle somewhere for the time being where I can feel relaxed and at peace. And I acknowledge that I am privileged to have that. This is such a hard time to be alive because there's so much emotional strain on everyone's life right now. If it's not because you've lost someone, it's because maybe you're battling the virus yourself, or maybe it's just because you feel really sad for the world in general. And that's a lot to take in, and you don't necessarily need to be productive during such a difficult time. But we're all in this together, and we're all going through the same things, and just know that you're not alone, and that whatever you can do to stay happy during this time, do it. Prioritize your needs right now. That's what I would suggest to everyone.